wanted to give a quick overview of my journey to purchasing a used Tesla. I bought a used Tesla online, and I have to say that purchasing a used Tesla online, sight unseen, is a bit of a scary process. Wanted to document my process and my experience, along with some lessons learned. To start with, I started by looking at sites such as Carvana. Carvana has a great reputation. They are a division of CarMax, as I understand. Their prices seemed a little high, and their inventory wasn't particularly great if you wanted anything outside of a base model. So then I generally check cars.com. That was an all right service as well. A lot of local options. Was able to search my surrounding area up to 100 miles and find some fairly interesting and pretty good prices. Now, I did notice that the cars.com site generally included Carvana listings as well, although Carvana itself has a lot more details on their cars. This next service that I found was actually a little bit more helpful. Car Gurus. Had never heard about this before. The interesting thing about Car Gurus was that when I chose my location, my zip code, and the range, it actually showed cars for outside my range. So while I live in Milwaukee, I found a lot of cars listed for New Jersey. But right on the page, there was a lot of details surrounding delivery and delivery fees. This car had up to $400 delivery fees included. Another car might have up to $500 delivery fees included. So it started to make sense to me that I would be able to search for more options and better pricing. If I expanded my search area to a nationwide search. And Carvana always seemed to just limit me to local searches and maybe Midwest. But anyway, so which brought me to this website called iDrive1.net. And iDrive1.net is out of Texas, and they do carry a large selection of used Tesla vehicles. So their price range was anything from the lower 30,000s, up to over 100,000, depending on what you were looking for. When I was looking for this car, I got on the phone with their salesman, Anthony. Anthony did a great job, easy to negotiate with. By far, the easiest car buying experience I've ever had. Obviously, I wanted to look them up to make sure they were legit, to ensure I wasn't sending thousands upon thousands of dollars to a complete stranger and getting taken advantage of. So went online, went to their Google page. A lot of great reviews. A couple scragglers with people who had some bad experiences, and you kind of can read the details of those. But I think that also shows that they were real business as well. There's misunderstandings. There's things, expectations that aren't lined up. But overall, they had way more positive reviews, near 5-star reviews, on average than not. One other thing that I thought was very interesting was that Anthony recommended a service called the Auto Critic. So the Auto Critic is a third-party auto assessment company. So Michael from Auto Critic, he came out for $250, took a look at my Tesla, pictures of the undercarriage, in the hood, the instrument cluster. We took out the lining from the front trunk, make sure there wasn't anything leaking. Really good opportunity. Now their website is a little funky, but Michael did a great job. And the great thing about that is Anthony was able to offer me that they would pay, iDrive1.net would pay the $250 assessment fee if I chose to purchase the vehicle, which I thought was great. It was a great level of comfort having a third party involved in going out, visiting the car, assessing the car. Number one, just to say that this car is an actual real car. This dealership's a real dealership. He called me, gave me the updates. There were a couple problem spots with the instrument cluster that Michael had called out for me. I talked to Anthony. Anthony replaced the instrument cluster straight away, no questions asked. There was also some body work that I had done on the car because I noticed there was a dent in the picture. Anthony got that squared away. Michael with Auto Critic looked at the body work. He validated that it was good. It was a quality job. Now he did call out that some of the, the factory orange peel on the paint didn't match the newer paint job. So perhaps the body shop did a better job than Tesla did. But I think any of us who follow Tesla know that some of their, final production quality pieces aren't perfect, and really most manufactured cars ship with a fair amount of orange peel on them. All that being said, the car is now en route from Texas here to Wisconsin, and we'll have more once that car shows up.